Man, is it hot in South Carolina today. What's going on, guys? Alan with SC Bushcraft Backwoods here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a knife that is now discontinued but could possibly show up again in the future. It's a BFK, and if you're not familiar with mosquitoes everywhere, if you're not familiar with a BFK, well, this is a BFK, a big frickin' knife. I think it's shady enough over here for me to take these off. That way it allows me to see you guys, each and every one of you, much better. Now, do I find the TM Hunt M18 to be a practical knife? Absolutely, and not just in a apocalypse, zombie slashing, skull crushing kind of way. No, it's actually a pretty amazing wood processing knife. As you can see, it's really not, super big and bulky right here, but it's big enough, wide enough, I guess you could say, heavy enough to really aid you in some forward momentum chopping. You have this little groove right here. I don't know what you would call that, but it would work great as a draw knife for debarking. And the handle, it's got contour that is just fantastic. Can you see? I think you can see the curves on there. Look at the curves. Just look at those curves. They look wonderful. Put your hand in there and it just melts like butter. It's like a really good, firm handshake. I don't know what else to say. It goes in your hand perfectly. When you go for that forward chop, that forward swing, it goes nowhere. And if you're really concerned with it going somewhere, you have this little lanyard hole you can stick a lanyard through and wrap it around your wrist. I don't understand those lanyard holes. I get it if you don't want it to fly out of your hand, but I think I'd rather have it fly out of my hand than it fly out of my hand with this lanyard on and then it come back and swing and chop me right in the nads. That would hurt. I mean, I can't say from experience, but I'm sure somebody out there can. I mean, think about it. Oh, it comes out of my hand. That's just my opinion. Anyway, moving on, it is a great practical knife, but not on a daily standpoint. Now, if you pair it with something like the TM Hunt Edisto, where you can only pick this up at Old Town Cutlery, got yourself a good pair. Plus, you can never go wrong with a BFK just to have fun with. I mean, if you just want to go out and just go to town chopping on stuff that you have around your yard, like I have a dead tree over there I'm not going to chop because I have muscadines growing off of it, this would be it. Also, I have a chainsaw and I'm going to use that instead, but this would be it if I didn't have a chainsaw or muscadines growing off of there. So it is a fun BFK as well. Now, is there things that are funner, I guess you would say? Is funner a word? Funner than a BFK? Absolutely. And that would be your favorite handgun, or maybe your favorite AR-15. So I don't have mine out here to show you. Whatever. Without me talking anymore, because I'm using up a lot of time here, let's just go ahead and have some fun. Whew. I am tired. Anyway, that M18 processed up that tree very nicely, very easily, all because of that forward momentum, that thickness in that blade at the front. Swings like a cleaver, an oversized cleaver. Anyway, what you're looking at here is the future. This is the work in progress SCBB shooting range slash testing facility. Where that pile of rocks is, right there. I still got to get that moved and pushed out of here, but I'm gonna put a nice little backstop. That's 5 acres of nothing but woods, swampland. I'll put me a nice, beautiful backstop right there, full of 6x6s and fence posts that are a foot thick, and fill all the cracks up with sand, and nothing's gonna get through it. Well, at least what I have. So, just so you're wondering what the heck I was doing. Shooting range. It's gonna be awesome. Gotta have some fun. Please excuse me if you see me swatting away at things. I can't help it. There's all kinds of mosquitoes and gnats flying around right now, and when it's hot and humid, they're just stupid annoying. And that's how they've been all day freaking long. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up because it's hot, it's humid, and these gnats and mosquitoes are driving me nuts. The M18 comes in a wonderful leather sheath. It is extremely practical and useful as a woods knife or a survival tool. I mean, I didn't do it in the video, but if you really needed to dig with this, you could dig a small little hole to poop in if you really needed to. It is a wood processing beast. This is going to distract me. This is a wood processing beast, and of course I didn't test it in the video, but I guarantee it's a skull crusher too. I guarantee it would split a skull in half, and by skull I mean a zombie skull. I'm not condoning you out cutting people's skulls in half, but if it's a zombie, do it. Do it for us, do it for me, do it for the greater of good. Anyway, moving on. Now I understand there's going to be can't talk. There's going to be people out there who say, oh, well, the price tag is so high, and I agree, it's super high. That's why I can't afford one of my own. This is actually a loan from a very good friend, and I appreciate it. Nonetheless, do I find it to be worth it for that price point? Abso-freaking-lutely. Being that I make knives of my own, I know the trouble that Todd goes through to make these M18s, and I know they are a pain in the freaking butt to make. So I absolutely think it's worth every penny that you see on these. Honestly, if it was me, I'd want to raise it in price just a little bit more. With that being said, I know I said these are discontinued, but they're not necessarily discontinued. He's just taking a break from producing them. They will be back. You will see them again. When? I don't know. I don't have a date. Let's see. It's what, July 2020. 2020 is the year of hell. I now know why 2020 has been hell. Hell on earth. It's because of Todd. Todd, you SOB. You You stopped making these this year or took a break from them and everything went to... This is your fault. This is your fault.